Hey guys, what's up? It's Unseen Oni here, back with episode 5. Now, I am starting off right where we left off. I just exited the escape menu here. Um, Normally I would start a video off in the main menu and load into the game, but I figured, yeah, what the hell, might as well just keep going. The reason I didn't just keep going with the previous video and make it longer, like I said in the episode 4, I needed to, or no, this is episode 4. Sorry, my bad. This is not episode 5. This is episode 4. In episode 3, I mentioned how I was going to have to figure out how to change libraries to a different hard drive. And after about 30 minutes of struggling to get permissions sorted out and everything else, I finally figured out how to do it, and now my video drive is located on one of my terabyte hard drives. Unfortunately, that's not really going to solve the problem for too long, as a terabyte's really not that much when you consider how big some of these videos can get. But at least it gets it off my primary solid state for the time being. I'm hoping maybe here after the holidays I will, one, be able to get a microphone. That would be excellent. Although, to be perfectly honest, the headset seems to be working out perfectly. I'm not noticing any real problems with it now that I've cleared up the static. For those who are wondering, the issue is I have the Ballista Trinity speakers and subwoofer set, and being the sometimes moron that I can be, I forgot that audio aux cables can also be used for your microphone ports. So here I was thinking that I was going to have to order, the pink cable for the microphone port, being a moron. And then I discovered that I could just use my other cables to run from the stereo controller to the desktop. So now that that's sorted out, the headset is plugged in through the stereo's front ports, or the controller's front ports, and my audio issues are cleared up now that I also have back, or, whatever you call it, when you can hear when you can hear the microphone's input as output through your headset. I don't know why they got turned on, but SK Drake noted that the audio issues were fixed. Although, we'll see, because in Space Engineers, I think we might still have the same problem. I don't know. I hope not, because that static was just annoying. Anyways, hopefully it is all sorted out. So I guess now we'll get back to the game here. It's only 3:25 in the morning. We got a little bit of time left to go here. Any hostiles around? Over the course of this Let's Play, I will probably have... You know what? While we're waiting, I said I wanted to clear this out. Gotta love that mining. I'm gonna start getting rid of some of this. Is that what I think it is? A munitions box. Holy crap. I want to know what else is down here that didn't get destroyed. I can see some trash here and there. Obviously there's... Yeah, see, I don't use the submachine gun. So, that's just materials to be traded to one of the traders when I find them. We've already got a nice supply of Dukes going, so... At this point, I think all we're really going to need to buy from Duke, from the traders, is going to be the hops recipe to plant and make beer and grain alcohol. And aside from that, I think the only other things we'll probably buy are gun parts if he has them, to get our guns eventually up to 600. And then, aside from that, probably, I already have a recipe to make the reinforced steel, so I don't necessarily need to buy that from them. Ammo, I will probably buy just so that we have a surplus on top of our own brass supply. But usually brass isn't that big of a deal. For the most part, I will try to avoid using the pistol. I don't use the 44 mag very often. I use the hunting rifle, and I use the shotgun. I find that the hunting rifle allows you to get very good headshots in without wasting tons of ammo, because it's a one-shot, per reload. And the shotgun is just your... I use that against dogs. For the most part, I will use the bow or the crossbow. They're quieter, they draw less attention, and they're easier to get ammo for. Now, I don't want to go too far over there, because I still want to have my... I'll eventually put a ladder in and everything, but... Okay, it's morning. So now that it is morning, we are going to go mine the ever-living crap out of all these resource rocks around. What can I put back? That. I'll take some torches. I'll take the wrench with me, just in case. I'll take the steel arrows. Anything else? Not really. Take my frames with me. We will... Actually, our food and hunger hasn't even gone down much, so dump off this little bit of lead there. Oh, you know what I do want to bring? I am going to use the steel arrows. Normally I would just scrap them, but, what the heck. We're not hurting right now for stuff. So what I will do is, when this pickaxe gets pretty low on its health, I will make another one. And I will save what's left of the durability in this one and combine it with the new one. And slowly but surely we will get a better pickaxe. It probably won't keep up with our toolsmithing, but it is what it is. In fact, while I'm doing this, I'm gonna get another claw hammer going. I'm going to go get some wood, and I am going to go into the forest biome, just next door, and we're going to get a lot of clay, and this is helping us with our stone, and we're going to start off with a cobblestone building, nothing fancy, probably a 5x5, maybe bigger. I know that sounds really small, maybe a 9x9, going the old Direwolf 20 size here. And we'll start that off as the core of our base. It is day 2, it is day 3. Yeah, unfortunately, day 1 to day 2 is very quickly due to the time setting. So, we have 4 days left to prepare for the horde. So that's why I'm gonna spend a lot of time doing resource gathering. I wish I could just fast forward this, do a time lapse for you guys. Unfortunately, like I said, I'm still new to all this, so I haven't figured that out yet, if it even exists. Now here's another change that you're probably noticing right now, and this is from Z Nation. he reduced the swing time for the axe, for not only iron, but the steel version too, and the pickaxe, steel pickaxe, and the shovel, I believe. It's just to speed things up. I know it's a little unrealistic, you're hitting it twice for every swing, but I mean, for somebody who does hour-long videos and fast-forwards them, he would be spending a lot of time harvesting, and I'm of the same opinion. This just helps speed things up. So we're going to get quite a bit of wood going. Get some more iron going. I do want to put barbed wire up. It does slow them down. Do I have 10 points? What level am I? Oh, I'm 1 level away. When I hit level 20, I will get the next level of crafting. Ignoring everything else, I'm going to go straight for that. And we'll begin to crank out stuff. Especially when I start to go do the cobblestone. We're going to need that faster crafting. I see a zombie. Let's see how much damage this does. Impressive. I missed. So that went a lot quicker. You know, I'm gonna actually leave that. That's a mistake that I make quite often, is with the harvest bonus. Leave your, like, I mean, gather what you need, but try to leave the ores on the surface alone for the most part, because once you get the higher tier of the harvest bonus, you can get more for your bank. So we're actually going to take both. Now we're going to go get clay. We need clay. We need a lot of clay. I might try and get this pig here. You can see that harvest bonus kicking in a little bit on the pig. 10 meat. Now, while I'm sitting here doing this, always be crafting. I make this mistake constantly. I'm gonna go ahead and get those queued up, and we'll get some more. Getting a lot of clothes that I don't really need. Now, what I am going to do is do that. Queue these up. Now, if you're wondering why I just made a wooden club when I have a barbed club, I'm not going to waste the barbed club, but I want to get my blunt skill up. and this will raise it. There you go. I'm sure a lot of you already know this. If this is your first time seeing 7 Days to Die, then you don't know this. And if you ever want to play the game, these are just a couple of tricks that you can pick up real quick. Using your wooden club to get your plant fiber. Not the fastest thing to do. You can also use the bone shiv, you can use the stone axe, or your fists. That'll get up athletics. The axe will get up construction tools, and the bone shiv will get up blade skill. Those are all very important skills, so there's no harm done in spending a little bit of extra time seeing to it that you can get them up. You know, that's actually doable. I have all that. I could skip the cobblestone and just try and shoot for cement, but with one forge, with no main base, it's not worth my time yet to do it. Cobblestone's more than enough for the first horde, so... So hopefully by the time you guys are seeing this, you'll have checked out episodes 2 and 3, and also hopefully you guys will have seen my Space Engineers tour. I mean, it's nothing special. It's just me going around my base, but like I said, I'm just trying to get started here on YouTube, so I figured I'd show you guys what I had. And in the previous video, I talked about how I was going to do my Minecraft base. I will. That is one of my plans. No. Now we've gained a level. Once again, willing to waste points to do this. Brings it down to 2 hits. Eventually I will be able to do this in 1 hit, and that's my goal. Plus, as you can see, I am getting more now. So, okay, so we got that. It's not a whole lot of cobblestone, but it's a start. I will more than likely try to record episode 5, possibly even 6 today. I don't really have anything else to do. Till I go back to school or find a job, I'm kind of just sitting around. Gas is too expensive to really be out cruising the streets. I'd love to be. A couple months ago, I was actually working for M&M, the candy company, as a store rep, and I went ahead and invested a couple $100 into a really nice sound system into my car, and I was making good money. Totally worth it. Makes me really want to get in my car every single day and just cruise around. I mean, even with it snowing, I want to get out there, cruise around, you know, bang my head to some music. there was some snow and ice on the ground, I'd probably be out drifting in parking lots, but nothing's sticking, which is sad, you know. 2 years ago, we had so much snow, it was ridiculous. Now we're getting nothing. Those of you wondering where I live, I do live in Michigan, in the United States, obviously, for anybody who doesn't live in the U.S. Now, another thing I like that they added with Alpha 15, was it 15 they added this? The clay extends beyond one level. It used to be the clay was one level, just at the top, and then you had to find another pit. Thankfully, they changed that a little. Doesn't hurt to get a little bit of dirt every once in a while. One of the best foundation materials is sod. I've built entire fortresses out of sod. I know it sounds ridiculous, but if you do an inner layer of concrete upgraded to, you know, steel, that's all fine and dandy, but then you have a lot of repairing to do, and it costs a lot of cement and a lot of steel at the end of the day. Whereas if you take the time to do sod around all of that, you will save yourself so much resources. It doesn't have the greatest in terms of hit points or structural integrity, but if you just make 2 or 3 layer thick walls of sod, it removes the, if you're willing to get up on top and shoot down from above, it removes the necessity for spikes. Now, I'm not saying don't build spikes, because they are an integral part of base defense, but for the first couple hordes, if you're really worried, just put up some sod. You know, it's not hard to make. It really just takes, I think, is it just plant fibers and dirt fragments? If you can't afford a couple plant fibers and dirt fragments, you must be sorely hurting. So keep collecting wood here. We're going to need a lot more cobblestone frames than what we already have. 150 is probably enough to get the initial 9x9 down. And always be collecting arrows. I'm going to upgrade to iron arrows here pretty soon. Not mistaken. Yeah, they added an ability to scrap arrows, so you get the feathers back now. You don't get, you know, 1-for-1 back, but you do get a percentage of them back. Ooh, nice. Well, never gonna turn down a little bit of water. So, I may be turning up the spawn rate to very high. I'm not impressed with the number of zombies I'm getting right now. I don't mind having quite a few roaming around. It adds to the challenge, and I like having more zombies because it allows me the opportunity to level up quicker. So, before I do that, we're going to make another pickaxe, just to get that out of the way now. Probably only need another 150. Okay, so now we're at a point where I've run out of stone. Clay's easy to get, you know, it's not that big of a deal. The stone, however, is a little bit slower until late game when you've got 1-hits on these and, you know, you've got a steel pickaxe or an auger. If I can put together a fairly decent quality auger, I will use it. But until then, because making the biofuel is easy, using the tallow, and so I'm not concerned about burning through fuel. I think on my previous world I had something like 30,000 gasoline just waiting to be used. Because I don't use the mini bike. Now I might. For this series, I might use the mini bike, simply because I don't want to make you guys sit and watch as I traverse the land walking around. I guess I could turn that off. It's probably very bright for you guys. Once again, I'm collecting this stuff not to use it necessarily, but to just clean it up. And if you guys can hear my keyboard in the background, I apologize. It is a mechanical keyboard, so it can be quite noisy. Any others? Yeah, got that right there. On that subject, I am using the Corsair K95 RGB. I know they have the K90 out there, which is basically the same keyboard without the additional 18 customizable keys. I'm not trying to be a fanboy of Corsair, but they make good stuff, and this keyboard has it's really nice. I'm not telling you to go buy it. I'm not trying to advertise their stuff. I'm just saying the K95 is an exceptional keyboard for its price. It's a bit pricey for most people, but when I built my computer and I ordered all this stuff, I was really of the opinion of spare no expense. And I know somebody's going to say, well, why, if you didn't want to worry about expense, how come you went AMD? Because the computer is built around AMD. The motherboard, you can't get the formula, the ROG, this particular motherboard, you can't get it for Intel. It's AMD specific. So as for my mouse, I'm using a Logitech, the G602 or 605, something like that. Anyways, it's wireless. I have the 502 Proteus core, which is wired, and I know they just came out with the new Proteus. I posted about it on PC Gamer where they advertised it, and somebody was like, what do you mean the Proteus core, like the core mouse? And I was like, no, the Proteus core, the original Proteus. I think they came out with like the magenta or something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, somebody assumed I was talking about an entirely different, like basically the structured components of the mouse itself, not a different mouse. That's just a recoloring. All they did was recolor it with a different backlighting in the mouse. So there's nothing too special about it. Basically, they get to charge you full price for a new mouse that's the same as the original mouse. It's just a new color. And since it's purple, or relatively close to purple, I have no desire to buy it. Not when my computer's really built around blue and red. So as you can see, my miscrafting is just skyrocketing right now. So that's why I wasn't worried about, keeping track of the iron ingot, or the forged iron. Which wood do we have? I want to get a full stack of wood right now. And I am collecting the cotton, not just to get rid of it. I will upgrade from a sleeping bag to a full-on bed. I know there's no real need to, but it looks nice. So you guys will have to let me know in the comments if you prefer shorter videos or longer videos. I'm not really trying to constrain them to a certain time span. I mean, kind of roughly under an hour. Just because they take a little bit longer to upload, the bigger they are, obviously. Now that my library's moved, I'm less concerned about the size. So we're getting close to the end of this pickaxe. Like I said, I'm probably going to leave it at low health just so that we gain a few quality levels on combining. Probably head back here shortly. Now I know I've kind of skipped around here. I've avoided rocks. Is that? Nope. Damn. I really want to find some zombies. Oh, hear that? We have a visitor. And I missed. Okay, so I think I'm going to go back. I'm going to get some of this clay and iron going once more in the forge. Grab these arrows. Never turn down a bird's nest. Is that another one? Yes, it is. Now, did we get any empty jars? Nope. So we got a good chunk of iron there. That'll go a ways. I can't remember. 20 and 20. Yeah. Z Nation also lowered the cost requirement for some of these, like the iron bars. I can't remember if it was him. I know I'm using another mod on top of his. That's a rebalance. Now, if you're wondering why I'm sitting through this does raise weaponsmithing. But I'm not going to sit through the whole thing. Well, we gained 1 level. Actually, that's much better. I'll take that. Cost me a little bit more iron, but okay, so let's drop some stuff off. Obviously, we don't need that. Store that. Oh yeah, if you're wondering how I'm getting so much coal and nitrate, breaking stone, I believe, also gives you a chance to get that stuff. So keep that wood, that clay, stone. How many arrows do it, or feathers? 103? Oh, I guess it gives you wood back. That's a shame. I believe in Valmod you can get your feathers back. So another 20 points. I think I'll save and I'll wait for concrete mixing. Okay, so now we're gonna go pick out a place for the base. Now, I'm not worried about any terrain disadvantages, anything like that. It can all be sorted as we go. I don't mind having to dig out a mountain. Funny that I missed the trash, but not. Wow. Okay, now this might not be such a bad area. Apologize if you guys can hear that. I believe a school bus just went by my house. Any more? Nope, doesn't look like it. Cool. Okay, so grab this bird's nest. Looks like we got another. Hazmat suit. That'll sell for a fair price. Now, a quick tip about the traders. And I know a lot of people don't even take this into consideration. Your barter skill doesn't go up based on the value of the items you're selling. It's the quantity. At least that's what I've been led to believe by my own tests and what I've seen from other people. So if you want to get your barter skill up and get better prices without, early on, you need to just collect a mass quantity of something they're willing to sell, and then, sell it to them first before you sell other items. And if you're going to sell clothing or tools and stuff to them, even if it costs you a little bit of extra materials, fully repair them. You will get more money you will get more dukes for the higher the repair on the item. Obviously, I'm sure everybody knows about that, but I'm just letting you guys know. So one trick that I'm going to try is I'm going to build a pillar base, and I'm going to try something a little unique. Ooh, I don't like this angle, but it'll work. 4, 6, 7, 8. Something's not right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. So that's going to be the basis for the base. It's going to be a 9x9, and we'll go from there. One skill I think they need to add into the game is unarmed damage, so that you can do more punching damage. And maybe add some like boxing gloves, some brass knuckles, so that players can, you know, kind of do what they want to do and not be confined to the weapons, you know, that everybody uses. I don't know, that's just my personal opinion. Now, the reason I chose this particular spot with the clay is the gravel patch right here. That means there's ore underneath, and it's going to be iron ore, and hopefully maybe some lead and possibly coal. I don't know, probably not, but it's, you know, something worth hoping for. So underneath the base, I will have a mine shaft, probably right there, underneath, going down. So knowing I'm going to do that, those will be pillars. And the mine shaft will go down, and it'll be reinforced concrete all the way down to bedrock for each of these pillars. And this will be a hatch. So before I get going too far with this, and I will probably try and build this up as much as I can off camera. You guys have seen the gist of what I'm going to do. This is just to make sure that nothing collapses. Okay, so you guys get the general idea of what I'm going to do. The video's going on about 51 minutes here, 52, so I'm going to call it there. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Is that gonna go? Yeah, sweet. So, I will catch you guys in the next episode, where I will more than likely have this pillar base here, this at least section, probably all of this done, and I won't be able to do a drawbridge quite yet. Unfortunately, it's not going to look pretty because the drawbridge is 4 blocks wide, but I think here I could do one on that side, one on that side, with the center just being reinforced blocks. I'll kill this last zombie here, and then that'll be it. Okay, cool. What'd I get? What'd I get? Nothing. Most, like, a lot of fast relationships. They're really not worth it. So anyways, thanks for watching, and have a good one, guys.